Good evening, everyone. This is Master Coach A coming in live from Decaf Coffee Republic, the home of certified life coaches here in the Philippines and soon to be global. Welcome, coaches and coaches in the future. Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Alright, if this is the first time you're joining me for Coaching for the Zone. And tonight, we're talking about creativity and innovation booster. Okay, so if you are one person who wants to start boosting your creativity and for really a year to end with so much innovation in preparation for 2020, this is the night for you. Okay, 2020 na. Alright, we're about to end September. This is the last week of September. Okay, and by next week, okay, we're entering the last quarter of 2019. So 3 months to go. And so tonight, I want to dive into something that will allow you to be creative and innovative so you end the year with a bang and start 2020 with a wonderful new year. Okay ba yun? Okay, so we've started on time. Okay, I'm back. Okay, we've started on time, but I really had a great time with my on-floor guests. Marami po kami ngayon. Okay, so for those of you watching and waiting, sorry for waiting. I just want to bless the people who joined me tonight for the live episode. And I want to honor these people who took the time, brave through the traffic, and really spend this moment to be truthful, to be honest, and to be vulnerable. We've started the night sharing personal notes. Tama ba? Okay, and we've started being vulnerable with each other, especially with a partner. Okay ba yan? And for tonight, I just want to take this moment to honor ang nagbabalik si Coach Maki. Okay, Coach Maki, thank you for joining us. Okay, si Coach Romel, who's celebrating his birthday on the 28th. Okay, bakit? Kasi marami siyang guests. Okay, yes. Okay, Coach Mix celebrated his birthday yesterday. Okay, Coach Mix, happy birthday. Okay, maraming salamat for everyone who's coming over and for joining us every Tuesday and Thursday. Si Coach KJ, she's very beautiful tonight. Okay. At syempre, Coach K Sabala, another Sabala is on the house, in the house. Coach Cheche Sabala. At sa lahat po na nagbabalik, okay, sa lahat po na nandito, thank you so much for spending the night. Sasabihin ko sana Coach Selmer eh. Oo. Pwede na? Oo. Coach Selmer daw. Okay. Tapos si Coach David. Nandun malayo-layo. Okay, so Coaching for the Soul is our weekly coaching night, our weekly coaching session that is intended to really boost the inner soul, the inner you, the person inside of you. And tonight, we're gonna be talking something that I believe each and every one of you will benefit. Every one of you will get something, okay? And tonight, I believe this is one talk that you want to share or tag a friend, okay? So kung ikaw ay may kaibigan, okay, may kakilala, o kahit man hindi mo masyadong kaibigan, who you believe needs a booster in creativity, okay? You believe needs some innovations in their lives to finally take a leap. I believe this is the moment that you want to tag a friend, share this to your timeline, or share this to a group. Now, if you believe wala tayong mabibless, wag na po tayo mag-share. Kasi if flood lang natin yung ating mga Facebook, and if it's not gonna help, then don't share, okay? But if you believe this will be a blessing to someone else, please do share or tag a friend, okay? If this is the first time that you're joining me, if this is the first time that you are seeing me, I'm Coach A. I'm a certified life coach. Okay, I help people become a certified life coach. I am the global partner of the Life Coach Training Institute, now the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneur. I do life coaching, international life coach certification program here in the Philippines, face-to-face. So in case you are interested to become a coach, in case you are interested to monetize your talent, in case you are interested to make a difference, or maybe this is the season that you want to take a leap in whatever you're doing by incorporating coaching skills, tools, resources, then get in touch with no other than our operations manager, Coach Rizel, 0917-586-1661. Okay, so for tonight, okay, we've started with an activity where we encourage, we challenge our guests on floor to be intentionally innovative and consciously creative. Okay, why? Okay, why? Now, how many of you would connect and would relate with me and say that indeed there are things in our life that are not so bad, but because our perspective, our posture of the heart is already on the dark side, we start seeing these things as negative. Can you connect? Okay. And on the other side, there are also things that are white, beautiful, joyful, happy, but because, okay, our heart is also not right, then we are not able to see how beautiful things can be. Yeah, all right? And on the other side of the coin, there are things that are really black. Really black. When I say black, meaning it's giving us that not so good feeling, but because the posture of our heart is beautiful, then we can take a look at it on a perspective that it's a blessing. I mean, to me, when you talk about black, to me, it's death. I mean, how can you look at death as beautiful? But me experiencing the death of my father, I can see death as a beautiful experience. Okay, so when we started, we talk about perspective, right? Okay, now I'd like to share with you something that maybe you may want to pick your brain. Okay, who among you here knows Einstein? Yeah, si Einstein. Ano ba yung trick question ba yung si Einstein? Okay, Galileo. Familiar? Yeah, Galileo. O wag kayong kumanta, ha? Okay, hindi ko kaya yan. Okay, Darwin. Oh, tama? Oo. Okay, syempre ito kilala nyo to, Steve Jobs. Familiar? Okay. Do you know that these people made a difference, an impact, a huge impact in our lifetime, in their lifetime, simply because, okay, they're able to use their situation, their burden, their problem, their issues, their concerns in life in a different way. They're able to differentiate things. They're able to integrate things to make a difference in the world using their not so good experiences. I mean, go through this many times. We are so fascinated reading, knowing the end of the story. Am I correct? That they're already successful. They made it through. Sikat na sila. They're already making money. They're already making an impact. They're already touching lives. They're already donating, blah, 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 and all of this. But really, the beauty here is going back to when they started. When they started. Now, here's the thing. Conscious creativity and intentional innovation is actually the efforts and the energy these people have used intentionally to produce and get the results that they want, regardless of their situation. Okay? So, take note of the term, conscious creativity and intentional innovation. Why? Because many times, many of us also have this default thinking that creativity is a gift and it's either you're creative or you're not. I am one of that. Because to me, creativity is all about art. And because I have nothing to do with art, okay, I'm not artistic enough. I don't sing, I don't dance, I don't paint, I don't color. There's nothing in it. So I believe I'm not creative. Right? But you see, what is creativity? Creativity is the ability to create. Create. Okay. Who among you here have been through a process of brainstorming? Brainstorming. Where you created a lot of ideas. Okay? You generate all the ideas, right? That's brainstorming. Okay. You realize that at the end of the brainstorming, okay, after generating all these ideas, isn't it true that at the end of this, you were able to create something that has not existed? Who among you have experienced that? Therefore, you are creative. But it was consciously done. So the thing here is we can be consciously creative to turn around right now whatever things that you are going through. Whatever it is that's bothering you today, whatever it is right now that's slowing you down, whatever it is that you think it's not working, if only you will be consciously creative, you can turn it around to get the results that you want. Or maybe, just maybe, you don't even have to turn it around. I think I heard it with Coach Ed. You said whiter and darker. You put attention, or you put a dent, or you put an emphasis to the situation, maybe it would turn out better. Think about it. Maybe because the scenario, the situation is half baked. That's why you're not getting it. Okay? When you say, I'm not getting fruits, or maybe you just planted the seed yesterday. Come on now. I'm not getting results. Or maybe because you just started a few minutes ago. Obviously, there's no result. Do you see this? All right? So, it takes time, but it also takes a conscious effort and a conscious energy to see that creativity takes time and it takes what? Consciousness. Now, many of us, this is very counterintuitive because to us, creativity is natural. Creativity is something that you have or you don't have. That's why nobody is taking really time to be consciously creative. Am I correct? Am I correct? Yeah. Because when you started with a posture, when you started with a mindset, that creativity is embedded, creativity is innate, creativity is something you are born with or not with, okay? Therefore, you refuse to be conscious about creativity and you refuse to create consciously. Am I connecting? Yes. Is that you? Is that you? Yeah. So it started with, okay, our mindset, okay, when we were young, we were raised in a culture that's either you're artistic or not artistic. Trust me, I'm one of those. Until I realized, until I found out, until I learned, okay, thanks to all the gurus I've learned with, that indeed creativity is a conscious effort. Don't tell me I'm not creative. I've been creating things, so I'm creative. But I still don't have a love, I still don't have really a notch on arts, but I create ads, by the way. I do my ads, so I think I have that. Okay, so I think that's my creativity portion. All right? So, another thing here is innovation. Who among you here have the mindset that innovations are just for the scientist? Sino yun? Okay. Now, think about it. Innovation versus newness. New thing simply means something different and not old. Am I correct? But what about new things that not just better, but new things that never existed in your life and you just accepted it and become who you are? You have innovated yourself. You have reinvented yourself. How many of you have heard the term reinvention of self? How many of you have tried to reinvent yourself? Are you a scientist? So it doesn't take a scientist to start being innovative, right? It's not rocket science according to Coach K. Sabala. All you need is to be intentionally innovative. Okay. Now, how many of you have tried creating something and it didn't work out? Come on. How many of you have tried creating something and it didn't work out? Taas ang kamay. Dalawa pa yung iba. Okay, let me ask you, what is the benchmark for you to say it didn't work out? So did you create something? Did you produce something out of it or not? You did. You did. So I just bursted your myth. You got it. Let me repeat the question. How many of you have started creating something and it didn't work out? And you did not produce anything? None. The moment, okay, for all the years, past years, when you said, I've created something, it didn't work out, I'm no good, Now, maybe, just maybe you didn't get the results that you want. But something out of that was created. Am I correct? Maybe this is the time to start picking up the pieces and remember and acknowledge that indeed you have created something. Start doing that. Yeah. And you know, it's also perspective. Maybe, just maybe, you planted a seed and you were thinking that you will have a big trees tree, right? What if what you have planted is a vine? Tama, Pastor? Paano kung hindi naman pala talagang lalaking puno? Walang puno, walang puno, walang puno! Oo, pero may vine. May meron pa rin. Tumubo pa rin.
Ano daw, Coach?
Ha?
Mahogany daw.
Ha?
Mahogany.
Mahogany. Yeah. Maybe you are expecting to see a tree, but the seed you planted is not for a tree. But still, because there was a conscious energy, a conscious effort, something was created. Agree, disagree? Okay? I was talking to Coach Kay Sabala earlier on my way here, and I spoke with her about KPI and KRA. Okay, huwag mag-nosebleed. What's KPI? Key Performance Indicator or Key Performance Index. Depende kung anong ginagamit ng kumpanya mo. And KRA is Key Results Area. Do you really know what's the difference between the two? Ano po ang difference? Coach Maki, anong difference? What's the difference between KPI and KRA? You know why? Because depending on the situation, if you use KPI, you can be disappointed. And if you use KRA, you will appreciate it. I was just talking to Coach K about this. Come on now. What is KRA and what is KPI? On a nutshell, on a common lingo, KRA is the key results area, the areas where you want to see results. Am I correct? Coach Elmer, okay ba yun? Oh, Coach, nandiyan ka pa? Ayaw niya akong pansinin kasi hindi pa siya coach. Tama ba? KPI is immediately there is an indicator. There is an index that you can validate with. Now, there are situations in our life, okay, where you cannot see the indicator immediately, but you are operating already in the result area. Am I connecting? Am I making sense? Sometimes you started an effort. Remember, this is life. You've started an effort and you want to see that result. I'm not getting the result. I'm not progressing. Hey, you are progressing because you are operating in your key results area. Wait for that index, wait for that indicator to come out. But what do you say to yourself? Nothing is happening. Nothing is working. I am not producing. I am not making it. Who are you hurting? Okay, say sorry to yourself now. Okay, mend your broken heart. Heart. I'm sharing this with you because all you need to have the booster, okay, to boost your creativity and your innovative skill is for you to have the right mindset. I'm gonna share with you 5 mindsets, but I'm laying the foundations because even if I tell you the 5 mindsets, if your foundation is not anchored, okay, on the right ground, then this will not work. Innovation is not about rocket science. Innovation is about discovering, integrating, seeing new things, finding connections, creating disconnections for seemingly disconnected things. You know, sometimes you just have to be creative, okay, to disconnect things na pinagdidikit mong pilit, hindi naman magkadikit. Expectation versus reality. Yeah. Maybe it takes an effort to connect things, but I also believe there are things that you need to disconnect because you've been trying to connect it. Like, I plant 1, I should get 2. Who said so? You plant 1, maybe you can get to 0.5. Nahati eh. Saan napunta yung iba? Doon sa ibang lupain. Shinare mo. Sige, self, I love you. I want you also to understand that when we talk about creativity, it also matters if you are proactively creative or reactively creative. Proactively creative or reactively creative. Ano ka doon? Ano ka doon? Reactively creative is when you are being creative out of reacting to problems. And you keep solving it out of necessity. That's why you enjoy having problems. That's why you panic and you feel nothing is happening pag walang problema. Kaya ka gumagawa ng problema because that's your creative juice.
Para maramdaman may silbi.
Para maramdaman mo may silbi. Come on now. Reactively creative. Kaya may taong di ba gumagawa ng problema kahit walang problema? Reactively creative po yun.
Kung walang issue, ginagawa nila.
Gagawa ng issue kasi pag nagka-issue, magre-respond sila. Pag walang problema, boring ang buhay. Yun lang. The other side of the coin, proactively creative, is that, okay, you create something truly new, innovative, and not in any way in reactions to any problem. It's just like there, and you want to create it. You realize most of the time you respond to problem, right? For you to create. What about you creating something not as a response to a problem? How would that be? Think about it. That is better. Because if you are always operating on creative, reactively creative, what happens is you're always under time pressure. Right? Stressed. Burnout. Right? At lagi ka nang aaway. Yeah. Because you are already reactive. You are already coming from a posture of being reactive. Okay? So instead of you coordinating, communicating, and having this exchange of thoughts and ideas in a beautiful mindset, nang-aaway ka. How many times inaway mo yung kapartner mo, yung asawa mo, yung boyfriend mo, yung girlfriend mo kasi may problema ka at stress ka sa trabaho? Gets? Diba? Kinausap pa, tinanong ka, wag ngayon! Pagod ako! Pwede, wag ngayon? Eh, kailan? Lagi ka namang pagod.
Kawawa.
Hindi ka marunong tumiming. Wow! May timing? Eh, lagi ka ngang galit. Makipag-usap ka kaya para magbago yung buhay mo. Ready? I'm gonna share 5 mindsets. Ngayon pa lang. Ito pa lang yung 5. I'm gonna share with you 5 mindsets. It's gonna be fast. These are 5 mindsets that I believe is valuable enough for you to start working on becoming more creative and innovative. Ready? Number 1, receive. Receive it. Right now, right here. Okay? At this moment in time, that you are a creative genius. You are a creative genius. Yeah. Think about all your imaginations. Think about all the things that you hope there can be. You hope to see. You wish it could be. Meron ka ba nun? Yeah. Yeah. And there are things, countless of things na ikaw lang ang nakaisip. Come on now. Would you agree with me that there are things in this lifetime, there are moments in time, and you feel like I'm so weird because I'm thinking this and I believe I'm the only person. Am I correct? And most of the time you say, maybe I'm weird. Maybe I'm of this world. Maybe this not will work. And now you keep beating yourself when in fact, that is the genius inside of you. Hey, would you appreciate now that you are a creative genius instead of beating yourself that you are thinking out of the box? Come on, tell yourself, hey, creative genius. Now I acknowledge who you are. Because we were raised in a culture when our ideas are not so popular, we're outcast and we're isolated. Am I correct? In the company, when you propose something that is not the majority, they say, what kind of ideas you have? That's weird. It's not gonna work, right? Hey, because you are a creative genius and not all of everybody inside or around the space you occupy is as creative genius as you are. But what do? You beat yourself and say, I am out of this world. I am no good. You beat yourself. Now, this is the time I want you to recognize, acknowledge, and accept that you are a creative genius. Okay, now, point to be taken, your assignment, okay? Breathe life to that absurd ideas that you always wanted to become, that you always wanted to have. Breathe life to that. I mean, think about it. Instead of you thinking it's not gonna happen, it's hard, it's not gonna happen, I'm the only person who have this idea. Instead of that, as you accept, I'm a creative genius, and therefore this thought of mine, this thinking of mine, this idea of mine, it will come to pass in my lifetime. How will that change? How would that change how you feel now? Are you getting this?
Yes.
Now, mindset number 2. Creativity is a skill. It's not a gift. It's a skill. A gift is something that was given to us. Most of the time we believe that creativity is a gift, right? It's either it was given to you or you don't have it. Creativity is a skill that you can develop like a muscle over time. So you can develop your creative muscles over time. The question is, what is it that you want to create? What is it that you want to create? Because for you to stretch the muscle and develop the creativity muscle, you have to come into terms that there is something that you want to create. So what is that one thing that you want to create? For yourself, for your community, for your loved ones, for your family, for your organization, for your team members. What is it, that one thing that you want to create for them? I was just talking to Kay Sabala earlier. She wanted to end poverty. And she said, is that possible? Is that economically feasible? I said, yes, it is. It is possible. It is possible. Can you end poverty? Yes, in the beginning. And until today, everything is abundant. So how could it not end? Well, in fact, that's an illusion because there's no poverty. There is an equal distribution. Or maybe, should I say, you just don't know what to get and how to get what you deserve. Or maybe you're on the wrong space. Maybe you are with the wrong people. That's why you're not getting your harvest. Who said you are poor? Yeah. Think about it. I just came back from a travel, and my son, our middle child, when he came back home, he said, we're richer now. When he landed in Manila. Because when you spend your money in Hong Kong, that's always times 7. I said, what do you mean? He said, because now here you can buy with this amount, and he got these computations in his brain. But one thing I got is this. Your $100 can be $1 million in Vietnam, right? 5,500, 5,700 here in the Philippines, or 700 Hong Kong dollar in Hong Kong. So think about it. The conversion is an illusion, depending on your space. At a moment in time, the same person holding that amount of money would have a different perspective. Am I correct? So who said you are poor? Who said you are rich? In the Philippines, where you have millions, you are rich. Trust me, if you have 2 million, 3 million in Vietnam, you're not rich. In the Philippines, you buy 300,000 goods, like, ooh, 300,000. In Vietnam, that's the way you spend money. 300,000, 400,000, right? If you've been to Vietnam. He said, it's difficult to be millionaire. Oh no. Let's travel to Vietnam. You exchange your money, $100, you become a millionaire. Instant. So who said that being a millionaire is difficult? But here's the thing. Even if you have millions in bank account, Millionaire is a mindset. If you don't have that mindset, you're still not a millionaire. Connecting? Mindset number 3. Okay. Who wants to be successful? Raise your hands. Now, I have a good news and a bad news. Success is an emergent of few things, and therefore, Rog Galas. Oh, wow. Can I just read this for a change? She's not here. Hi, Chairman and everyone watching from Parañaque City. The birthday girl. Iba siya ngayon. Nakalain mo. Hi, Rog. Praying for your sister, Rog. Who wants to be successful? Success is an emergent of things, right? So if you want to be successful, here's the thing. There's no way but for you to develop your creativity and innovative skills. You can't run away from creating and innovating if you want to be successful. It's the skills that you have to develop. The very reason why you cannot experience that success is because you're not able to produce something from nothing. Have you realized that many people who earns a lot of millions, a lot of dollars, a lot of money, they still don't feel successful? Yeah. They reach the ladder, get promoted. When they get there, they still want to be promoted, right? Why? Because no ladder of success in the corporate world will give you that feeling until you are the one creating. But the moment you're able to create, the moment you're able to innovate, no matter how small it is, you start feeling that success. You start feeling that fulfillment. You start feeling that joy. Am I correct? Yeah. No amount of success in the corporate world, no amount of title. That's why I always say, the creator will always win. I mean, take a look at this. How many of you have heard of people who have invented new things and it was snatched or taken away from them? Ninakaw, diba? And somebody marketed it, somebody sold it, somebody sells it, somebody made money out of it, right? Those people who purchase, who bought it, makes a lot of money. But I tell you, the creator still have the joy in the heart. I created that, and that's mine. That's mine. You cannot take away that joy, that pride, that happiness, and that success to the person who created it. Right? Yeah. That is the very reason why when I share my resources, some people, they are so worried about, I created the material, I created the press mat, I created the module, I want to keep it, I want to take care of it, I want to protect it. Hey, this is digital world. There's nothing you can protect. The moment you put it out there, anyone can just use it. But what you hold in your heart is the truth, and there's no one else can take it away. You created it, and no one can steal it from you. I will always say that. Yeah, you can own it, you can create it, you can curate it. To all my tribe, curate it, use it, do it, whatever. Have it, make money out of it. Because my joy is in knowing I created it, and I'm happy with it. But here's the thing. The joy in creation is actually embedded in the truth that you can only be joyful if what you have created value in other people's lives. Yeah? That's the success we're talking about. That you are able to create, innovate, and produce something that created value, added value on other people's life. That's the success. Mindset number 4, creativity and the ability to innovate is your personal advantage in whatever the future may bring. Creativity and ability to innovate is your personal advantage. So, you have to understand that you will have to stretch your muscles of creativity and innovation, not for anyone else, but for yourself. For yourself. Can we be sure of the future? No. No. But as long as you can create, as long as you can innovate, then that's your personal advantage. Clear? And mindset number 5, creativity and innovation reach their highest value only when they include physical, emotional, spiritual, and logical aspects. I added the logical because many people would create and innovate things that is out of logic. Bakit mo kinreate? Gusto ko lang, trip ko lang. You will not reach your highest value. Creativity and innovation reach their highest value when they include physical, emotional, spiritual, and logical aspects. You can create all you want. You can innovate all you want. But if it's not logically feasible, then what have you created? Nuances. Spiritually, because if you create something that is off tangent and away from what the highest spirituality is dictating, then there's nothing you have created. Anything that you are created that is opposite of our spirituality is just nothing but a duplicate and nothing void but just stolen from the light. Yeah. If you steal from the light, then it's not a creation. It's stealing. And you cannot own it. Making sense? Now, it is important to know that in creativity and innovation, you'll have obstacles and challenges. But only when you keep these 5 mindsets in tow, in shape, in connection, will you always be able to see that innovation and creativity breathe life to whatever things that you think, you believe, and you see is dead right now. So whatever that is dead right now in your life, be it relationship, be it finances, be it opportunity, be it dreams, be it vision, whatever it is that is dead in your life today, you can bring it to life with conscious creativity and intentional innovation. Good night, everyone. This is Coach A. I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye-bye.